Even having to make a video about how to gain bucks quicker is really something to think about. I mean, just a few years ago we were making 100,000 bucks from winning a league event. Nowadays we're lucky if we even make 20,000 bucks. And if we go further back in the history of Score Match, you'll find that it was much easier to make bucks. So much so that people who played during the early years of the game are running around with like 100 million bucks. And I'm not exaggerating. But it is what it is. The reality we have to face now is that we'll have to work harder than ever before to earn bucks. And with these general tips that I'm gonna show you in today's video, I hope that you'll be able to build your bucks up faster than you currently are doing. So, disclaimer, this won't be any groundbreaking news to anyone. Treat this video as a sort of brainstorming session to help you view your options on how to make bucks quicker and decide for yourself whether any of these tips are worth trying. So, with that said, let's get started, people. Watching an ad after opening up the packages you get from your arena will allow you to double your reward. Now, in most cases, it's usually worth doubling the cards you get for important players. But if you don't receive cards for important players, and if you don't really need gems, why not double bucks? I've been doing that for a long time, seeing as I need all the bucks I can get to max my players. But is this really worth it? Well, it depends. Let's say that you don't get cards for your players when you open an arena package. It's very often that you don't. Now, your choice is either bucks or gems. Now, if we're being honest, I still think that doubling gems is a better idea, especially if you have many players still to upgrade. With enough gems, you can then buy the diamond packages, which give out quite a good number of cards for your players. But my point is that this isn't the only choice. If you're desperate for bucks, this is a good way to gradually build your bucks up. Is it a long good-term strategy? Probably not. Sharing your captain with other players will earn you 5% of what they win from their arena. The games they lose will obviously not earn you anything, and the wins they do get, but in events, won't net you anything either. So make sure that you're loaning out your captain to people who don't just need it for the event, as this seems to be a thing for some reason. Make sure that you loan your captain to people who play in the arena often, and people who are in a high arena for that matter. Loaning your captain to someone who's in the low arenas is hardly worth it, as the prize they get for winning in their arena is smaller. And don't forget, we get 5% of whatever prize people get when using our captain. In general, and in all honesty, this technique is wildly overrated. Let's say that upon logging into the game I see that I've earned 1,000 bucks from people using my captain. That might sound good, awesome, really, but in reality, it's hardly worth the time it takes to find good people to loan your captain to. I can make almost double that number of bucks by winning a single game in the Infinity Arena. So yeah, this is a handy tip to gradually earn you some pennies, but don't waste too much time on it. Winning events is still the quickest way to earn bucks. And if you can't win events, they're still worth trying if you have enough gems to enter. Events are recently really cheap to enter, so it's often worth trying them out and bagging whatever bucks you earn from your attempts. As I said, events used to give us a bunch more bucks, and in that time that was really useful because, you know, FTG kept releasing a bunch of different super players for us to upgrade. Now, in today's score match, we're playing a game in which there's a bazillion super players, but we have a big lack of bucks to go around. It sucks. Side note, forget high roller leagues, man. When and if they appear, high roller leagues take a lot of bucks to enter. If you're really short on bucks, there's really no reason I can see to play the high roller league. The cost of playing a high roller league is so astronomical that it will set you back months of gaining bucks. And for what? More cards? What good are cards if you don't have enough bucks to upgrade your players? This obviously depends on your situation, of course, so assess your own situation and decide accordingly. I'm not talking about the free package here, the one that you can open every 4 hours. I'm talking about the one beside it, where you have to watch an ad and get a small number of bucks and sometimes gems in return. I'm not sure how much you can farm this kind of package. It probably depends on how many ads are available to your location. Can ads run out? I'm pretty sure they can actually, but I don't know if you can replenish them after a while or something. In any case, if you're bored and want to grab some bucks while watching a boring movie or something, consider this. And before you ask, no, you can't double what you earn from these kinds of packages through boosters, unfortunately. This is the most important and effective tip I can ever give you about making bucks, or at least saving them. This is coming from a guy who wasted millions of bucks on what ended up being useless players. I get it. It's important to upgrade your players as you battle your way to the top of the arenas, but do so carefully. Choose who you upgrade very wisely, people. Don't spend tens if not hundreds of thousands of bucks on infiltrators, architects and other garbage. These types of players will spend the rest of their lives warming the bench once you unlock better players. The only way they'll see the pitch is through binoculars, man. Don't waste your hard-earned bucks that way. But Score Match Titan, how will I know which players are useless and which aren't? I've released a bunch of ranking videos to help you figure that out. And if you don't want to take my word for it, which is completely fair, ask experienced players, do your research on Reddit and watch videos on YouTube to help you figure it out. And it is important to figure out which players to upgrade and which aren't worth the bucks. The last thing you'll want is to have your infiltrator at level 9 while your newly unlocked Abubakar stuck at level 4. I've wasted so much bucks this way. Don't make my mistake. If you're really desperate to make bucks, well, stop spending it for kickoff bids. I had done this a while back while I was really short on bucks and it really helped. Kickoff bids eat up more bucks than you think, especially when you end up losing a game you won the kickoff bid for. The downside to this is pretty obvious. You'll probably lose more games this way. After all, losing the kickoff bid comes with a higher chance of losing, since your opponent will have the first go at scoring. But again, if you're really desperate for bucks and want to tighten up your strategy to get more, consider this. It's pretty effective. So I see a lot of people running around with tens of thousands of gems, especially people who play a lot. In most cases, hoarding gems doesn't make a lot of sense unless you're waiting for a discount on diamond packages, which I totally get. But if you have a bunch of gems, spend them, man. Buy diamond packages, or if you're extra desperate for bucks and bucks alone, scroll all the way down in the store. There you'll find options to buy a bunch of bucks at the cost of, yes, a big bunch of gems. Is this really worth it? Well, if you're desperate enough for bucks, it might be. If you've got any other tips of your own, feel free to share them in the comments below. I'll make sure to pin the best comment. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.